Hello, it's Umar Racing. In this video, I'll be test fitting some parts from my Veloster N on the Elantra N. One of them is going to be my SuperSpeed wheels. There are force wheels that I use during my track season with the Veloster N. And the second one is going to be the Wilwood BBK. I don't think the Wilwood BBK will fit. Based on Gen Racers testing on their AP racing kit, there's like a 10mm offset. We'll see. I'm gonna see how bad it is, measure kind of like the distance from the center of the rotor to where the caliper mounts, and kind of go from there. And then if I want to keep the Wilwood kit, I might send kind of some of the measurements to TCE Performance and have them make me a new bracket with an offset. The problem is that the Wilwoods are the rotors. I have the rings here. So the rings are 355mm. And at the bottom, these are the Veloster N 345. Those are the rears. And this is the Wilwoods. So my old set, the new set is in the box right now. So the stock Elantra N rotors are 360mm, but they're 30mm thick. The Wilwoods are 355mm diameter and 32mm thickness. So if you do the math, it's roughly about the same area, probably like metal surface. It's close. I would say maybe the Wilwoods are larger. Also, only the rings are cast. The hat is aluminum, so that's gonna make a difference as well. I mean, there will be weight savings, but I just don't want to give up braking performance. Someone already tried putting Veloster N gyro discs on the Elantra N, and the rotors were like heat checked pretty well because they're not built for the weight and the speed of the Elantra N. So yeah, I'm gonna split this video into two probably. I'll see if I'll do a single video. If single video will be too long, I'll just do wheels first and then the brakes. So this intro, I'm not gonna reuse it, I'm just gonna use it for one of them. So this is the hub and the knuckle area for the Elantra N. We took out the stock caliper and we're replacing the rotors and pads, and while we're at it, we're going to be test fitting the Wilwoods. Looks like the dust shield is on the way, in the way of the bracket that TCE Performance made. So we're going to take out the dust shield and then try again and see how much offset there is. So let's do that. So I bolted the caliper bracket, the rotor. Everything's looking good so far. I just have a feeling that the offset for the caliper is not going to be enough, but we'll see. We'll see how it looks. Okay, so I have mounted the caliper on the rotor itself, and so far it looks like just like Gen Racer found, it is 10mm offset. I roughly measured it, got the kind of like the rings, and I measured it off the side here, and it's about 10mm. Here we can see how much the pad is offset here. That's also like roughly 10mm at the center of it, where it's the thickest. So overall, the caliper is pretty centered on the rotor. If you look directly, it's maybe slightly offset. The bracket might need to be adjusted a little bit by like a millimeter or two towards the suspension. But for the most part, it looks pretty good. Like I could technically use this. I could also try using like a 365mm or 360mm rotor ring instead of the 355 here, but the extra costs are, I don't know if it's worth it. So if I get the bracket made for the Elantra N, I could just run it and see if I'm going through rings too fast. I could get a bigger diameter rotor, but looks like the kit should just work mostly out of the box. Alright, now that we've test fitted the brake kits, know exactly what needs to be done. I already contacted and spoke to TCE Performance, and let me show you the bracket. So this is what the bracket for the Veloster N looks like. So already working on creating a new bracket. It's going to cost me $400. It's going to be cheaper than getting a brand new BBK system, even though something else might be marginally better. I still have the system, I still have pads and stuff, so might as well just use it. There are no problems with it yet. I'm going to make kind of like this part 0.7mm, less than a millimeter narrower here, and then this bracket is going to go back, like it'll be thinner, like right here, like this part will be 10mm more towards the inside. So that will allow the caliper to sit right on the rotor. And then if in the future, if I want to, right now my rotors are 14 inches. That's around 355 mils. There's a 14.25, a quarter of an inch wider, bigger rotor. For that one, I need to use like a spacer or put shims to push it out. We'll figure something out. According to TC, I should be able to run that with the same studs on the bracket. So we'll see. If not, I need to swap studs on the bracket. I don't have a video where I'm showing the brake kit fully on the car yet. Again, this video is about test fitting things. So yeah, so once I have the BBK mounted on the car, I will make a video about that. So yeah, if you have any questions about this, let me know. The Wilwood system, you can get it for yourself as well. I don't know roughly the cost. Maybe it'll be like around $2,700, close to $3,000 if you want some other nicer parts. But overall, it's a pretty good system. I haven't had any problems with it. I've done a ton of track events, got the brakes super hot and everything, and they've been performing really well. So yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video. Thank you for watching.